This video is for what is the discriminant. So we've talked a little bit about this, but inside here, what is the discriminant? So we use the quadratic formula, and the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So it's the part of the quadratic formula that's underneath the radical. And you can determine the number of solutions by evaluating the discriminant. So what you would do is you would go in, and as always, you need this in standard form. So here, a equals 1, b equals -4, and c equals 3. And so what I do is I plug those values into the b squared minus 4ac. And you can see that they've done that for you here. And when you simplify down, you get a 4. So if the discriminant is positive, there are two solutions. That means that this parabola is going to cross the x at two locations. That's what that tells us. Now, to find those zeros, one way that you can do that is to type this equation into your calculator. Let me clear mine out real quick. All right, so x squared minus 4x plus 3, and we graph it. And then what we can do is we can find the x-intercepts, or I can look at the table. So let's look at the table first. And what I'm looking for is when y is 0. So when y is 0, whatever x is, that's going to be your x-intercept. So here I have 1 and 3. And then on the graph, you can do second trace. I'm trying to think now. I think it's 1. And you can find them that way as well. All right, so same thing down here. So A would equal 1, B would equal 2, and then C would equal 1. So I plug these values in. So B squared minus 4 times A times C. This time I got a 0. So if the discriminant is 0, there's one solution. It's only going to touch the x-axis at one spot. And that spot is typically your vertex. And so again, using the table, wherever y is 0, that means the -1 is going to be my x-intercept. And then finally in this last one here, A is 1, B is -2, and C is +2. If I plug those values into b squared minus 4ac, this time I get a negative. So if the discriminant is negative, there are no solutions. And that means this parabola is never going to touch the x-axis. And when you look at your table, you can see that the 0 is skipped right over here on your y column. So that's it for this video.